I'm so excited to have you and John presenting with us today. And I'll tell you, my journey has been fun. I'm always excited to share with people, the guests on this call, about this incredible company, as Rhonda started to talk about. And it all started with this gentleman by the name of Glenn Sanford. I just a little bit of background with eXp about me. I was agent 641, and that is more and more fun to say every single day, month, week, year, because 4 years later, you guys wrap your head around this. 4 years later, we have over 23,000 agents. So why? Woo! And that's what you're going to learn today is why. Why in the world, how in the world is a company growing that fast? And it's been fun, and I'm excited to tell you about all the reasons. But it all started with this gentleman by the name of Glenn Sanford. Back in 2008, when the real estate crash was happening, he saw the opportunity combined with the technological revolution that we're living in to create one company across the United States, not a franchise model, and to get rid of all the bricks and mortar and to really turn the industry upside down, the franchise models, the owners, the buy-in to own a real estate company, all of that. By getting rid of the bricks and mortar, he's created a company that is truly about the agent, for the agent, about the agent, by the agent.
Like nothing else ever has been.
Like nothing has ever been. We are owners of the company. That's why we're excited to get on and share with you guys about why we're growing and how, because we are all excited about growing our company. And that's really what Glenn created. And we'll talk about the 4 pillars, the training and education, the tech platform, lead generation, website IDX platform, the ownership, the stock and equity opportunity, and the revenue share opportunity. All 4 pillars are what Glenn was able to do by getting rid of the bricks and mortar, operating a business in the cloud, and putting all of these tools and resources back into the hands of us, the capable agents of this company. So if you really look at the evolution of technology, guys, my heart broke when Toys R Us went bankrupt. I don't think it was fair. Why did it go bankrupt? It went bankrupt because moms didn't have to schlep their kids through the winter cars, all of that to buy toys. They could just go online and buy toys from Amazon. It's there the next day. Blockbuster, you guys, my aha when the, War of the Worlds with this real estate company is better than that real estate company is better than this one. Well, what did Blockbuster do wrong when they built a $6 billion company around the world, a $6 billion company? What did they do wrong? And why did they go bankrupt in 6 years? I mean, it's completely crazy because streaming video came out. So it's just the same. We are changing real estate. We're changing the industry because business can be done in a cloud office. It can be done in the way that we'll show you. And times have changed. So the franchise model's dead. And we're continuing to see that. So
we're seeing it everywhere in retail, big box companies. We've got another example coming up with Airbnb. Airbnb has just put a major hurt on Marriott and Hilton. These companies are very old companies, very well established, huge real estate holdings. Airbnb owns nothing and yet is making fortunes and building value in their company. So we're very much like that. This company is a disruptor. It's never been done before. It's not like anything we've ever seen. And what I love about it is what Allison said earlier, and that is it's all about the company. And for the first time, Glenn Sanford wanted to do something that was about the financial future of the agent instead of about the financial future of the owner. And that's never been done ever. It's always a tops down thing. Hey, let's sell franchises, let's build a company, whatever. And it's always about how we can make more money at the top.
So I talked about the cloud office environment. We're going to show you a little bit about what that looks like. For those of you on the call, if you're interested in seeing more after our presentation, Sunny Nye is here. She's our onboarding assistant, and we'd love to connect you with her and have her give you an actual tour of this cloud office. But basically, the cloud office allows us to have no desk fees. We can work from anywhere. As I mentioned, it cuts the overhead of brick and mortar costs. If you guys think about the hundreds and $100,000, $75,000 a month that it costs to outfit those offices in the franchise model where nobody goes anymore. I mean, it's crazy. Just completely inefficient.
And the duplication of systems, right? When you've got a franchise organization, every office has got to have all the same people in place. It's just redundancy and expense that's crazy. Mm-hmm. And our company's done away with that to allow us to actually use that profit for our own profit.
Yep. And then instant access to training and support, you guys. It's so cool. One of the things I like to dispel quickly is people go, oh my gosh, I need an office. And because eXp doesn't have offices, that doesn't mean that you can't. And you could have your office, buy a building, whatever you want. It's about you and your business, so you can have that. We also have a partnership with Regis Office Centers, which is around the country and around the world. We all have a membership, so we can go into a Regis and work. So we do have offices, just eXp does not. And we love that. So what is this cloud office? It's hard to conceptualize if you've never seen it. We are not the only industry doing this, but it looks like this and it sounds exactly like this. We go to large scale meetings, real-time support. You walk into the tech outpost and they say, hi Fee, how may I help you? Hi Justin, how may I help you? And you get that real-time support, that instant access. And then you're back to your business, because at the end of the day, the only thing that matters in this business is you and how you serve your clients. And so eXp really realizes that we're the customer, that we are the person that the real estate company is here to serve. And it shows in so many ways. So I'm going to show you a little video. We'll give you an idea of our culture and just a little tour of the world here.
A world once disconnected by distance. From impossible to possible. The elite, now the common. The lonely, now united. Now imagine a world created for connection. Welcome to our world. eXp World.
Welcome to eXp World.
eXp, created for connection.
I love that phrase, because a lot of people think because there are no offices, well, where am I going to get connection? And we actually just came back from our national convention just 2 weeks ago, and one of the two national conventions, and one of the things we hear all the time is that people feel like they actually know each other better than they ever did when they had offices and nobody was showing up. So I really want you to kind of get that, but I also think it's fascinating to watch all the things that can happen and how fast answers get done. You can walk in here anytime, walk into Tech Outpost, and boom, you've got support. Hey, Don, how can I help you? And I think it's amazing to watch what happens when you've got real time, in the moment, live training, live connection, live people to help you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have over 100 hours of live training in our cloud each week, and we have those recorded in an on-demand library. So if you want to go and you want to interact with the trainer, with the coach, with the person teaching the class, and ask questions, interact, you go there. You can on the spot, you're communicating just like this with them in those live trainings. But also, for those of you who have really busy days and you want to train in the evening or train in the morning, or honestly listen to a training class while you're driving down the street heading to that listing appointment, expcloud.com is where you can see the training calendar during that 2 weeks that you have your guest pass. Soak it all up, attend the training meeting, come to our leadership meetings on Fridays at 10 a.m. Central. Every Friday, our Texas State meeting, as we said, it's Tuesday at 9 a.m. So you can really get a flavor for what we're doing and how that really feels to
Every
interact.
state has their own timing and all that. So wherever you are in the world, you've got your state brokers meeting that's going on.
So just like the offices, people, really get a little bit gun shy about this whole cloud thing, because where are the people really? Well, you guys, we're a relationship business. If you need a broker, you call them on the phone. The great thing about the state of Texas particularly is we have one state broker and we have 6 other associate brokers. And so if I can't get a hold of one broker and they're on duty over the weekends, they watch the phones. That's pretty much unheard of. I have 6 other brokers to call when I need someone. So if you need a broker, you pick up the phone. This is an example right here on the screen of KV Core training. This is how we get together. Because we all own the company, because we all want each other to be better, we create events like this all over the country. And I'll give you a cool example too. But this is on KV Core, our lead generation platform. And this is a live event. So We have both. And I feel that we have, live trainings that are more towards what it's not a company training, deciding what you need to learn in real estate. This is created by us and for us all together. So it's really, really cool. There's just an example of how we do come together more so than any other company. We talked about the real-time support on demand. Just come in, and the tech support office can remote into your computer from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. So you've got extended hours too. It's not your regular 9 to 5. Transaction specialist, technology, agent services, you name it.
Yeah, it's awesome. Workplace is one of the most remarkable connection tools. And we talk a lot about collaboration and connection in this company because we've actually seen that it's stronger than a lot of times real face-to-face stuff, because most people don't get a chance to see each other. Workplace is a Facebook product, and just like Facebook, looks just like Facebook actually. The difference is it's only for right now our 23,000 plus agents. And so, in there, like you would see in Facebook, you would see various groups that have the ability to join them. We have the eXp Power Girls, which is a real powerful group in this company. I'm not a member, of course, but
they have the power guys, but they're way behind. And I'll tell a story about the culture of this company, because that's what I heard 4 years ago. How can you have culture in the cloud? Well, I'll tell you, the eXp Power Girls is over, I don't even know now, probably over 4,500 women in eXp that got together about a year and a half ago in Dallas and created the eXp Power Girls. Why is that important? Because that's the collaboration that happened, that they created an agent-sponsored event, not a company-sponsored event, got together and created this powerful network of women within eXp. Fee Gentry's on the phone. She's on the call today, and she is one of the leaders in One eXp, which is a diversity and inclusion group, which is super, super important to the initiative of our company. You can see here the eXp news. You see our eXp Presidents Unplugged. We get input and feedback and updates and videos from the top leaders in the company, not just our own, regional market center or office. So it's super cool. And then there's a picture of our on-demand library. And we were told by Workplace that we are the #1 company that uses Workplace based on messages and pings and posts. Why is that important? Because that tells you how much we're collaborating. That of all the companies that use Workplace by Facebook, AT&T, you name it, right? All these companies that we use this the most. So really, really exciting.
It's interesting because you can actually, you post a question in there and you'll have like 10 answers in a matter of minutes. So whatever you want to know, people are there waiting to help you. There's all kinds of people that are collaborating and working with each other and getting to know each other and building referral networks throughout the country. It's amazing to watch what's going on. And of course, the eXp Enterprise is another piece of our technology. It has more to do with our back office. And so it's really like almost your CFO dashboard, if you will. It gives you access to, where your transactions are for the year, how much money you've made, how much stock you own, which we're going to get to here shortly. It literally gets into every little piece of your business. Plus is where you find everything else, your transaction platform, KV Core, which is our online lead generation platform, website and lead generation platform. All of it is in there. The agent faculty is there. Everything that you need. Marketing center. You go into the marketing center. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes. But everything is in that one place. And so it's easy to know exactly where you stand in your business.
So SkySlope, what I love about SkySlope is that there's not much to say about it except for it's easy. You upload your transactions. Our transaction department makes sure that you have all your documents. They can communicate with you there, upload them. Your transaction is approved. Your disbursement authorization is sent off to title, and you're paid at closing. There's no mailing checks or picking up checks or any kind of silliness that people might still do in the world of, I have no idea where, but anyway, they're hanging out with the Blockbuster people. So anyway, we don't have that. And SkySlope is super easy to use, easy to run your business and load your transactions. Our marketing and branding department, good grief, continues to blow me away. Now you can put one of your listings online and it actually spits out an entire listing presentation, signs. You put in your name and your photo and you name it, business cards, brochures, signs, letters to clients. It's all there. It's our plug and play branding and marketing department, social media posts. So many things that you can just plug into that are created for you in our marketing and branding. So CRM and lead generation, this is what we all care about, because without business, without lead and a CRM, we don't have a business. And so this is really cool, you guys. KV Core is the best in class lead generation platform that we're partnered with. It's owned by Inside Real Estate. If you wanted to go out and get this on your own, it would cost over $7,000 a year plus marketing, right? And so we all get this for our monthly tech fee, which is $50 a month. I'll go backwards. The cost, the overhead for being with eXp, you guys don't have to remember this all at once because I'll recap at the end, but we have a $35 education fee per month and a $50 tech fee. So all of the stuff that I just talked about is yours for $85. All of us get this. Yep. And this CRM and lead generation platform, it's a website, an IDX lead generation platform that basically makes your business plug and play. And I know Don, I can tell he's looking at me, wants me to tell the story about, I had an agent that was working with me and following up on some leads, and a lead that I had been creating a relationship with, unbeknownst to me, for over a year and a half. I was really nervous when Travis booked the appointment with her. And I didn't even know that, because her sigh of relief when she realized that she wasn't, I guess, cheating on me, that I came and, oh my gosh, I was so worried I was going to meet with someone else and that you wouldn't be here. I mean, apologizing, because that's the relationship that I had created with her over the year and a half because of KV Core.
And by the way, that's just the AI. That's just the interaction the platform is doing. Had nothing to do with Allison. Didn't know the woman existed.
Right.
Didn't know anything was going on there, other than it was just the natural progression of what happens in the artificial intelligence world of KV Core.
Yeah, super cool, because I was like, wow, we had built that relationship. So here's a video about that. Hopefully we've shown you our eXp solutions, all of these things that eXp is able to provide for us as agents to make our business better, to support us, to help us support our clients and grow our business by, again, going back to getting rid of the bricks and mortar. We own the company. We have eXp Enterprise, SkySlope, Workplace by Facebook, CRM, lead generation, branding and marketing. I mean, good grief. We really have a lot that allows us to take our businesses to the next level. So really, really cool. So
we often talk about how it's hard to understand the culture and how close people are and what great power we have in this organization until you're actually in it. But people start to sense it, and then they get in and they go, oh, it's way better than I even thought. Mm-hmm. I can tell you, it's just amazing to watch what happens with those collective of powerful tools. I was thinking about Glenn Sanford, the founder, had put up a bounty, if you will, a reward for the best listing presentation nationwide. Whoever wants to send in your listing presentation, send it in on Workplace. And hundreds of presentations came in. He awarded $5,000, which is what he promised, to the winner. And all of those listing presentations, videos, PowerPoints, all of that stuff is sitting in there. There's always a way to collaborate and to get the best from everybody. And everybody loves to give because we are all owners, which brings us to our next part. So this is all about the powerful equity opportunities. And
in terms of our equity awards, a few just real basics. I mean, I think it's so exciting that we earn stock with our first closing, our first personal closing each anniversary year. For those of us who are focused on growing our teams and the agent attraction part of things that John's going to dive into revenue share, we also earn stock when agents we personally sponsor close their first transaction. There are some additional levels of stock awards for higher levels of production. I'm not sure if you guys want to get into the icon status, but I want to really speak to that bottom line, that at a very basic level, it is an optional program. I wish it was mandatory. I guess we can't do that, but just think about doing what you do in real estate, closing business, and enrolling in our agent equity program, where we can opt to contribute 5% of each commission at closing towards stock at a 20% discount. And just participating in that, doing your day-to-day in real estate sales, what that can do to build your financial security over the next 3 years, 5 years. Obviously, we can't predict what stock's going to do, but I know when I started in August of 2017, I think it was around $2 a share. And we've seen it go a lot higher than that, and excited to see where it's going to go as we continue to grow. But that's just a great, having worked with agents and coached agents for 25 plus years now, agents can calculate commissions great, but not all are great at saving and investing for the future. And that's a great, just one of many revenue streams for us to secure our financial futures with the stock equity discount.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's two types of stock, guys. There's stock that you purchase, and that's yours immediately. So when you use that 20%, that 5% of your commission to purchase stock at a 20% discount, you can, I don't recommend it, but you can sell that immediately. It is yours immediately. Then there's also stock that you earn. The stock that you're awarded is on a 3-year rolling vesting. Why do we love that? Because our retention is high. When you think about bringing an agent into this company, we're all invested. We all have ownership from our first transaction, like Rhonda said, and we're here to continue to make that company, to help the company grow. And so those awards are on a 3-year rolling vesting. I will go into the Icon Award, which is super exciting. We've grown this company not by rating real estate schools. We love new agents. We have the Expand Mentor program for those of you who want to ask questions about that and talk about that towards the end. But we grew this company by awarding high producing agents for being leaders in the community, leaders in the real estate industry. And Icon Award is one of our examples of that. So it's a cultural and a production award. The production is basically capping. We're on an 80-20 split, and our cap is $16,000, which again, we'll recap and go into at the end. But when you pay the company $16,000, and then after you cap, your next 20 transactions will be $250 each. After that, they're $75. So after you pay the company your cap plus $5,000, which if you're doing individual transactions, it's $250 times 20. So cap plus 20, you're then qualified to become an Icon agent. And so they will issue you $12,000 in stock on a 3-year rolling vesting immediately when you qualify production-wise. Then the cultural piece of that is they want the icons participating in training in the cloud. They want the icons attending our eXpCon and our shareholder event. And so you'll get 2 other issues of stock, which actually are yours immediately. That's not on the vesting. $2,000 worth of stock when you attend the shareholder meeting, and $2,000 worth of stock when you attend eXpCon. So that's $16,000 back. They're basically giving you your cap back in the form of stock, which you guys, we can't even cover all of the exciting things that is being built around we did at our meeting the other day. I mean, if you guys are interested in Introland to iBuyer to Show Me Now to Verbella that we own. I mean, honestly, this company and eXp as a stock is an incredibly exciting stock to own and dig in and know more, but we can't, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, we actually can't cover this in a quick Zoom meeting. So it's an exciting stock to own, and this is the way that we do it.
I'll tell you one quick story, and then I want to jump in and have John talk about the next piece. But we had one of Allison's first agents that called her maybe 8 months ago or so, and he was very excited, and he had somebody that he wanted to have join the company. And she said, you've been here for like 3.5 years. Why now? Why are you so excited? He said, because I just looked in my back office. Remember the back office I showed you, the CFO, if you will, the virtual CFO platform. And he said, I found that I had $32,000 worth of shares that I didn't even know I had. And literally for doing the same work that he would have done at his old company, Century 21 or Remax, wherever he was, he had an extra $30,000+ that was his.
Like, surprise. I've just
yeah,
been doing my
exactly.
business. Where'd that 30 grand come from? So
super exciting. The financial
Right?
future, looks much brighter for people that are here. By the way, we are a publicly traded company, as several people have already mentioned. This was Glenn Sanford pressing the closing bell on the NASDAQ. We are there with Apple and PepsiCo and some of the big, huge firms that are there. We're one of the NASDAQ companies. And that kind of brings us to this idea of compensation for contribution. Hey, John Morrison, why don't you talk a little bit about what this total picture looks like?
I'd be more than happy to. And, when I first saw this, it wasn't rocket science. There's a reason why I got my license active immediately. And thank God I'd kept my continuing education courses up so that I could do that. But it's just really, really exciting when you're talking about the technology as disruptor number one, and then the lead generation and the software and all of that is, disruptor number two. And then obviously the stock equity and stock opportunities is number three. These right here, this is what lit my fire. And I got super excited because I knew what leverage was about, and I had never seen it done in real estate like this. There's a lot of competition out there that has profit sharing. We have revenue sharing, and I think it's very, very key that everybody watching this understands this, because there's two different models. All right. Profit sharing, you're paid, on profits. And if there aren't any profits, there's nothing to share. Okay. And revenue share, where we have, or what we have, we're paid off of the top. Now, here's disclosures and all of this kind of stuff, just so everybody's on the same sheet of music. These are not income disclaimers. We're not sitting here telling you you're going to make these dollars. If you become an eXp secret agent, you ain't going to make a dime. Okay. And if people aren't selling real estate, you're not going to get paid a dime. This is off of actual selling of real estate. And it's super exciting. So with that being said, let me talk to you about the revenue sharing and how we get paid off the top. And I'm going to address some myths, because I've had some of the competition out there saying that's not sustainable. And I'm like, well, then you need a math class. Now, I wasn't that rude. I wasn't that abrasive, but it's simple formula and simple math. I mean, they're paying us out of the 20% that the company's getting, and they're still making money in other avenues. All right. So it is sustainable. And what you're going to see right here is you're going to earn up to $2,800 annually for each agent that you personally introduce to eXp. That's basically saying if they cap. And what we mean by that is then they go to 100%. So if they're getting 100%, there's nothing else to share. So that's what we're saying, up to $2,800 for somebody that you bring into eXp, and they go out and they hit their cap. Now, you're going to get paid whether they cap or not. So you're getting paid every time they sell something. So I want you to understand that. They don't have to cap for you to get paid. When they sell something, you get paid. Once they cap, it maxes out at $2,800. So I want you to understand, if you just went out and got 10 people that basically do 2.67 million in volume every year, you just increased your residual income in real estate to $28,000 a year. Now that's super sexy. I don't know about you, but that's pretty fun. And then what's even more fun is we get paid on multiple tiers. And so if those people were to go out and refer agents and they sell something, if you meet the qualifications, you're going to get paid when they sell something. Now I want you to understand the power of this. To make $36,000 a year in recession-proof passive residual income, you would need $900,000 in the bank after taxes, drawn at the rate of about 4% interest. Now, I don't know about you, but most people, and I saw an amazing stat that most baby boomers, 65% of all baby boomers have not even saved $35,000, much less $900,000. Okay. Now, to make that same amount of money residually with eXp, if you were to go get 6 people that were to cap, and each of those 6 just went and got 1 each that capped, you are now at $36,000 a year in residual revenue share income. If that don't light your fire, your wood is wet. I'll just let you go from the get-go. All right. But the only thing better than first and second levels is 3 through 7. So you'll see out to the right, you have to meet certain qualifications, but it's not really a tall order. We've got people going out and getting numerous people sponsored into eXp, whether they're new or whether they're seasoned top producing agents. There's a reason why they're coming. And it's because, in my opinion, a bulk of that is due to our revenue sharing program. And so I want you to understand the power of this, because it's very, very powerful. We're going to show a video here shortly, but I want you to understand also this is a legacy builder, because this income right here, you can will it to your heirs. It's willable income. It's yours. And if your family doesn't have a real estate license, eXp is even going to give them 12 months to go get one. And when your family members see this money and they know that you're fixing to leave it to them, they treat you better. I'll let you know that too. So it's also pretty cool. So this is better than timeout. When my son gets out of line, I just say, look, don't make me call the attorney. I will kick you out of the will and there will be no rep share. And he gets right back over in his avenue. So anyway, but with that being said, you can will it. And, it's just the most amazing thing that I've ever seen inside of the real estate space. And we will never saturate it. A lot of people are going to sit there and say, well, I had to get, you have to be one of those that got in it first. No, you don't. I mean, there are literally thousands of people every month, not every year or every 5 years, but every month sitting in real estate classes, hoping to get their real estate license just in Texas. And right now we have like 120,000 realtors, people that are part of our trade organization. There are other real estate agents that aren't, but we have about 120,000 in Texas. And then we have about 1.3 million in the United States. Then we've got Canada. Now we're going into the United Kingdom, Australia. The world's a big place. And they say there's between 4 to 6 million real estate professionals worldwide. And it's really, really cool to see that you're married up with a company that can scale so fast, because we don't have to go buy buildings and office space. We just put it in the cloud, hang a flag on it, and we're up and rolling as long as we've got our licensing. And so we can scale really, really quickly and save that money and share it with agents. So I want you to see the power of this. Just the first 3 levels is life-changing. An extra $500 a month would have eliminated 80% of all bankruptcies last year. And to have this kind of money coming in monthly, the 22nd of every month is like Christmas at our house. It's direct deposit, revenue share day. And when you have this type of opportunity and ability to do this, just the first 3 levels can change your life. But I want you to watch this quick video that explains all 7 levels, and then we'll kick it back to Don and Allison.
Thank you, John. So what this is going to do is show you how revenue sharing works. Let's break it down. This is the part you've just got to watch. It just blew me away. So we're not a franchise, we're a national company. And according to NAR, the National Association of Realtors, the average agent sells 6 homes a year. We've been talking to agents who sell 8 to 10. We're going to bring this back to agents who sell just 6 homes a year. What would happen? And then according to NAR, the average sales price coast to coast is $275. The average commission, sadly, is $2.50. I know some of you get $3.50. Some of you get $3. You'll make more. Some of you have a higher sales price, like $475, and sell way more than 6. I'm sure a bunch of you do. Again, I'm going to use $275 at 2.5. It'll just be better. I'm dialing this back. I'm being conservative. So let's just say the first year. Now just play along with me here. How many agents could you personally introduce to eXp? Could you introduce 5? I'm going to give you a 5-year plan, kind of like a 401k for real estate, an exit strategy. Not that you have to exit real estate, but how would you like not to have to work as hard as you've been working for all of these years? Could you introduce 5 this year? Could you do that each year for 5 years? If so, at the end of 5 years, you will have referred 25 people to eXp. And in my example, I'm going to say who are averaging 6 sales a year at $275 and a 2.5% commission. And then how many people do you think those agents could introduce over the next 5 years? What if they refer one a year for 5 years? That'd be 5 in a 5-year period. And then the agents, they tell even less. They tell 3 in a 5-year period. Then those agents tell even less. They tell 2 in a 5-year period. That's like one agent every 2.5 years. I'm really dialing this back because you told 25, 20 unlocks level 5 and 25 gets you to level 6. However, we do not get paid on level 7. You must refer 40. You need 25, so you're not going to be paid on level 7. So what this calculator does is it shows you your annual income, not one-time income, but your annual income with eXp through revenue sharing once you complete the above picture. Now, here people are like, what was the above picture? You personally introduced 25 agents to eXp. Now, this is not that hard to do, but 25 people you introduce to eXp in the next 5 years who average 6 sales a year, and they tell some agents who tell some agents, it kind of compounds and accumulates out. Okay. And I ask people, what do you think it will be? And they say, well, I don't know, like 80,000 a year, 180,000 a year. This one guy is kind of a math guy. He says, oh, no, it's going to compound out. It's closer to 280, over $250,000 a year. Well, here it is. And I promise you, this is not broken. It's $2.1 million a year is your annual income 5 years from now with eXp revenue sharing once you complete the above picture, which is right here. What is this? Can you refer, if you want to make $2.1 million a year outside of sales, because now you're not just a salesperson, you're building a real estate company with eXp, with me, with the person who invited you here. So could you introduce 25 agents? There's 2 million out there. Could you introduce 25 agents who average 6 sales a year, not a month, a year at 275? Could you find those people? And then they tell some agents who tell some agents who tell some agents. This is not hard. We already have people who've introduced 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and we haven't even plugged in any of those kind of numbers here. Again, you did the lion's share of the work. Nobody did anything like this. And here's your income, $2.1 million a year. Now, I was showing this to a friend of mine and he says, hey, could you change this back to 15? And I said, sure, why? And he says, well, I'm not as outgoing as you, but I think I could introduce 3 agents a year. And if I did this each year for 5 years, I could refer 15. He says, I think this is more realistic for me. I said, okay, well, you lose level 6 because it takes 25 to get level 6 revenue sharing. You lose level 5 because you have to refer 20. Referring 15 will just get you paid on 3 levels. So he says, yeah, that's more me. And I think I can do this in 5 years. And I said, okay, well, before you do that, you need to know there's nowhere near 2.1 million. And now this is a friend of mine. He says, I knew it was too good to be true. I knew it. And I said, don't go freaking out too much because $655,000 a year is not bad. And he's like, really? Okay. And he signed up and he's with us today. So if you'd like to make $655,000 a year, 5 years from now, you just need to refer 15 agents to eXp who average 6 sales a year. Then each of those agents will refer some agents who will refer some agents, and it compounds and accumulates out. So I'll end with this. I showed this to another friend who's a small broker on her own, and she says, can you drop it to 10? And I said, yeah, why? Well, she owned an independent brokerage at the time, and she had about 14 agents working for her. She was struggling to grow every year, and that's in addition to retaining and nurturing all the agents she had already with her company. She said, all of my agents, they average probably 6. That's what my agents do. They're more part-time agents. She says, I think 10 of them will definitely move with me. She says, what would this earn me if I moved to eXp? I said, well, you're going to lose level 4 because you have to tell 15. You're only going to get paid on 2 levels. So she says, yeah, I could see that happening for sure. Now she's an independent and she says, what would that earn me? I got to be honest with you. I was almost nervous to hit the go button. I'm thinking 30, 40,000 a year. I'd never calculated anything that low. Well, how's $250,000 a year? $251,000. You're talking about a 401k for real estate. Or you could just not try. Well, I'm going to stay with my old real estate company. I'm going to sell my tail off. Really, that's why I left Keller Williams, because I knew in 5 years I'd still be selling my tail off then, just like I was when I left. I know my future is predictable, and so is yours.
By the way, in this company. But I think the biggest thing is it's really about having your vision come to pass. And, you know, a lot of times the evolution of the realtor is we sell our tails off and someday we want to own our own brokerage. And I can tell you that the inside joke that we've told for years and years in our seminars, Rhonda, you and I doing programs way back when, was the term broker is taking on a whole new meaning as brokers get broker and broker. There is no money in big brokerage unless you're monstrous. It's hard to be a small broker. And so agents really think they've got a future, but they actually don't. And we're only as good as our last sale. And for most people, they don't have a future in real estate other than they get to have some of their own hours. They get some control. But the reality is it's not a fun place to fail or to just get by. And what I love about what Glenn Sanford envisioned for this company is that he created a financial future for the agents who have never had one. And we've got big monster agents coming from every single company you can imagine, independents and all the franchises. And they're finding, especially the franchise people, instead of paying a franchise fee, a royalty to some owner somewhere, whether it be 6% to Keller Williams or 8% to Century 21 or whatever, they can put 5% in their own personal bank accounts called stock and pocket the rest, then to build revenue share should they choose to, and really begin to create a future. So I want to talk about this really quickly as we wrap this thing up today, because this cash flow quadrant was not mine. It came from Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow quadrant book. And this 4 ways of getting paid is really the way that any of us, I don't care what our work is, we happen to have chosen real estate, and we've all chosen to be independent contractors, right? None of us are employees, but the first way of getting paid is as an employee. Typically has a lot of security attached to it. There's benefits. Well, shoot, we've got benefits in our company. How funny is that? We've got benefits in our company. We're not employees. We have the wherewithal to be able to build whatever we want, because we came in as independent contractors. And of course, the good news about that is, in theory, you kind of own your own business. The bad news is you kind of own your own business. And so, if you don't do something, if you don't sell something, if you don't make something happen, you're no different than the hairstylist who doesn't have a haircut to make, or the massage therapist who has nobody to massage today. We call it owning our own business, but we really don't. We actually own a job, because unless we're doing it, if we get sick, like we've not been feeling well this last week, if we get sick, or if we're on vacation, heaven forbid you would take a vacation because our income goes down, right? And in our world, being self-employed is interesting, but if you're making a note of this, under self-employed, put I do it, meaning if it is to be, it's up to me. I have to do it myself because I'm by myself. We want to move everybody into the business owner. That's that B category, the top right. And that's where we start to get into the we do it, me and others. Well, me and others leverage through other people is a very powerful thing, because I don't know of anybody, there's no self-made millionaires. They're all with other people. No one succeeds alone. Everybody succeeds through others. And if we have no system for succeeding through others and with people around us, then we don't have a good system. And that's why real estate's been a challenge for a lot of people. That's why I've seen big agents leave and go to insurance, because they got residual. They have other ways of continuing to get paid. So I want you to really think about what it would take to be a business owner where we are in business. If I go on vacation, things still are selling. Everybody's still doing what we do. We've built a team, and we've got something more than that. And of course, the ultimate for us is we like to see people move into that I stage. And in our world, that's the investor. And investor would include our stock, right? Which means we're now owners of the collective. I love the fact that we've got a team that is now in 15 states and Canada and UK, which means we're relatively recession proof. When Kansas City is sizzling hot right now and other markets are not right now, what we've got is a balance of that, where our agents are up here and maybe a little down here, and then they're up here and a little down here. We've got income that streams from a lot of places that have nothing to do with local economies. And all of that comes from the fact that we've become investors in this company, and we've built something that goes beyond us. So I really want you to get a clear picture of something that you've never had access to before. This is the only thing like this. Keller Williams has got a profit share system. There are a few companies that will pay you a little bit for bringing people to the company, like Coldwell Banker, but it's a very small amount. This company has created everything around us being the leaders and the builders of this company.
So we already talked about the explosive growth. You talked about benefits, and I wanted to bring this up. We have not rolled it out, but you guys, game changer. We're one company. We're rolling out health insurance. Fee, you knew I was going to say that, didn't you? Yeah, totally. Look, I mean, seriously, what real estate company has ever figured out how to do that? It's because they're localized markets. We are one big company, and we're rolling out health insurance. So stay tuned. really excited about that. You guys, we grew from the 42nd largest brokerage to the 4th largest in 1 year. So now you know why. And I hope you'll join us because we want to help you create the exact same thing that Rhonda saw, that John saw, that I saw. I mean, we're all in this together. This is our master agent tribe. That's what we call our virtual region. And you can create your own virtual region with us as well. That's what's really exciting. There is no top. There is no, and we're just started. You guys, we have 23,000 agents. Seriously, we've just
2 years,
begun.
guys, we'll be over 100,000.
We've just begun. I mean, Australia and the UK, we can't open countries fast enough. We've got to staff them and get lots of things, but we're plug and play. So you guys, production matters. A lot of people say, oh, you know, we're just recruiting agents. That's what other companies do. They recruit agents and they hope that they survive, and then they just go recruit we just recruit more. We build agents and we build business with agents and we support agents. Our production matters a lot. Do the research. We've got movers and shakers in every category. I mean, we're Glassdoor's best places to work multiple years in a row. Glenn Sanford, our founder, has gotten accolades all over the map. My favorite, the Amazon of real estate. You guys, we are changing the real estate industry. We are the Amazon of real estate. Nothing's ever been done like this before. Good luck to anybody who tries to catch up with your revenue sharing models because we're already way ahead. And it's super fun.
Yeah, there is no model that can compete with this company.
It's super fun. So wrapping it up, you guys. So we are on an 80-20 split. Our cap is $16,000 at 3%. That's $2.67 million in transactions. After that, you're at 100% for the rest of your anniversary year. So a lot of people, if they see 95.5 or 90.10, if you do the math and you're in, higher production, you're going to find out that 100%, that capping amount is more. Our costs, $149 to start up, and that includes your first month's tech fee and your university fee. It also includes 1,000 business cards. Every transaction has a $25 broker review, every transaction that closes. And then we have a $40 risk management fee, which is your E&O, and it caps at $500. So, I mean, super low overhead. If you guys look at the value of every opportunity, everything you get that this company can offer and is offering our agents for basically $85 a month, it's pretty insane. And that's why we're growing so fast. So, so the next steps, you guys, whether or not you know if you're going to join or not, go to join.exprealty.com, fill out the one-page application. Why? Not because you've decided to join. Nobody will be notified outside of the company. You don't join the company until you move your real estate license. But when you go to join.exprealty.com, they'll send you 40-something page independent contractor agreement for you to review, ask questions, ask the person who invited you here. You can vet everything. Definitely have the person who invited you here. We'll get you a guest pass and give you a tour. And then we hope to welcome you into the company here soon.